Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I have a little bit of a special day, special treat today. I am almost done this scripture journal. All I have left is one page, one blank page. Oh, I do love finishing journals. What should I do with that one last page? Well, I thought what I would do is talk about gold. Since it is solid gold scripture journals, since it is beautiful, and since it is precious, I thought that would be a good thing to talk about today. So I remember a talk that President Ballard gave a few years ago about a man who was looking for gold. So this was generations ago. And this man wanted to come to California to join the gold rush. He had heard there was just gold in the hills, and he would be able to just go there and collect these nuggets of gold and be rich and bring out his family. And he was really excited about that. But when he got to California, he could find nothing. There was no gold. There was nothing. And he was furious and he shouted curses, so mad about this. So, an old prospector came up to him and said, "You're looking in the wrong place. You're looking for big nuggets of gold. But what you should be looking for are small flecks of gold. And as you find these teeny tiny flecks of gold, you keep them in your wallet and you add to them day by day, and eventually you will get a good amount of gold. It takes patience. It's something you have to do every day. You have to know how to do it, but you will be able to find that gold." And oh, I loved that analogy because I do love gold. So what I thought I would do was talk about gold. And what is gold? Why is it so valuable? It's this metal. It is rare. It is precious. It is pure. It's heavy, and it lasts forever. And I think I can compare that to the truths that we find as we study the scriptures. The truths we find are rare. It's hard to find truth. We can get a lot of information in life, but to find those actual truths is hard. It can be so precious to us as we find the truths. It's heavy, it's deep, and those truths last forever. Also, they're pure. So I really like the comparison there. Also, just like in President Ballard's story, he said, don't look for big chunks of gold. Look for the flecks of gold, and you build it day by day. It takes patience. So as we're studying our scriptures, because we want that gold, we want those precious truths, it will take some patience. It will take day by day study to learn those things. So I love that comparison. So what I did is I made a little chart because I wanted to talk about how do we get in there? How do we study this gold? How do we study in a way that will be the most beneficial to us building up our flecks of gold? So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to write this all on the last page of my journal. Now I knew I would have a use for these stickers someday. Okay, I'm going to write out the word gold. So here is sort of an acronym for the letters in the word gold. So G stands for gild. When you find a scripture that you love, you need to mark it. Here's a scripture, Mosiah 18, 8-10. My class really liked this scripture, my seminary class. So here's the scripture. I marked it. I put it along the sides. Behold, here at the waters of Mormon, ye are desirous to come into the fold of God and to be called his people, and are willing to bear one another's burdens that they may be light. This is a great scripture, so it needed just a little bit of a beauty. A little bit of gilding. And one of the reasons why I'm gilding and marking my scriptures is so I can easily return to them. Okay, then we have O. This was a little bit tricky, but I chose the word opine. So what I mean by that is we're going to read the scriptures and ponder. We're going to ponder on the truths, the principles, and the doctrines that we find in the scriptures. For example, in Mosiah 18, 8-10, it talks about how once we are baptized and come into the fold of God, we are his people. We are called on to bear one another's burdens that they may be light. That is a beautiful truth. That is a good principle to find in our lives. So next, let's go on to L, which is liken. That is, to me, one of the biggest parts of reading scriptures. We read them, we read about someone else's experience, and we put it into our own lives. So we're going to apply this to our lives. I like to take it, apply the truth to my life, journal about it, and share it with others. Here I am on Solid Gold Scripture Journals, and I am sharing these principles with others. Also, bearing one another's burdens that they may be light. Something small and simple. My daughter is moving out tomorrow. She's packed. She needs help, right? She needs help moving stuff into her apartment, and I can be there and help her do that. So I'm likening that scripture to my life. I'm sharing the gospel truths, and I'm journaling about it here. Okay, finally, D, define. So this kind of probably should come a little bit earlier, but this is how we spell gold. So I'm going to define any words, phrases, places. Make sure I understand the context of this scripture. That will really help me as I am opining and likening the scriptures. Okay, there we have it. My final page of this scripture journal. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have a great day, and as you study your scriptures, I hope you find what you need, and I'll see you next time. Bye.